This is the Baseus other GaN tech devices. Desktop Powerstrip. Read the user manual and specification if you are interested. It has two AC receptacles on both sides, and they are two Type-C power delivery ports, C1 and C2, and two USB Type-A ports. Let me show you its power output. It is rated at 65 watts. You can use it to charge your power bank, laptop, or the iPad. Additionally, if you feel like these outputs are insufficient, you can always plug in a super powerful 100 watts GaN charger or something like this to, get even more power output out of it. And the whole thing is rated at 1250 watts power consumption. Power output, the maximum power output is 1250 watts. Just keep that in mind. But normally if you plug in some desktop computers, it's really hard to exceed that kind of rating. So right off the bat, so first of all, let's plug in. So I have a power meter as usual. I'll plug it in and see the power consumption under no load shows 0 to 0.3 watt. So that is pretty good. It does consume a little bit of power when you're not using anything. It does come with a USB Type-C charging cable. I'm gonna plug in to my MacBook using the Type-C 1 port. It's currently at 93%. That's the state of charge. Drawing about 30 watts. Keeps going up. At the same time, we can plug in an iPad or an iPhone. Interesting thing is, it kind of resets when you connect the second device and the power goes down, then it goes up. So the maximum power output from these dual Type-C port I got is around 45 watts due to the maximum power input to the MacBook. So you can also charge smaller electronics, such as these microphones or the battery bank from Baseus. But I know for a fact that this huge battery bank from Baseus also takes in 65 watts of power. So if I unplug the MacBook Pro, I believe this would give us the maximum power draw, 65 watts. Let's see if that's true. Okay, keep in mind, I'm not plugging in any AC outlets, okay? 57. Yeah, so when both USB Type-C are used, the first one takes about 40 watts, and the second one, the Type-C C2, only takes 20 watts. That's the 20 watts going into the iPad with M1 chip. So that is actually the maximum I could draw from these ports, but this is a very low power consumption device as a wireless microphone. This is a power bank charging from the USB Type-A, so it's not gonna take the maximum power input. It's only getting 7 watts. So it's really limited at the device level, but that one is rated as a QC3. Actually, the only way for me to really max out its charging capability is to connect another jackery, which will take about 40 to 50 watts. Now it's pushing to the 60 watts range, 58.8, 59. So that is really pushing to the limit using these dual PD ports. Not quite 65 watts yet. And let me see if I can get it to 60 watts by using the battery bank. Okay, the power actually drops a little bit when I'm connecting to the another Baseus battery bank. So it looks like it is really redistributing the power among the multiple devices, but it's not charging at its full speed. Now I have disconnected all the other devices and just charging this battery bank. I'm getting 53 watts out of the USB type A. So there is a difference. Let's try the USB type C, C2, the number 2 port. It looks like they're the same, yeah. Even after switching ports from 1 to 2, these are the same. But if I plug in an iPad, so I'm only testing these 2 power delivery ports. Again, it resets. Then power is getting distributed again. But luckily we have a meter here. I'm getting 11.6 volts, 1.6 amps. Let's see if the power will go up. So this is a really interesting device. I think I'm going to be using it a lot, or bringing it with me when I'm traveling. Very long cord, 63 inches. So it looks like when I'm plugging in 2 devices, the power consumption slowly goes up. Okay, at 40, 41. Right, without such device, it's impossible to get insights like this. So interesting to look at. I think it will keep going up. We can also plug in these, other super powerful chargers, 100 watts, and get even more power output. This is a monster now. Okay. So the total power draw cannot exceed 1,250 watts, but it will have no problem plugging in another 200 watts of chargers. So see, when using higher load on these PD2 power delivery ports, it actually cannot do the full speed charging at 65 watts. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find this review helpful.